This is Michael. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets at TradeGATEHub, sponsored by TradeView Markets. I'll take Coach's cue on that because he knows, gets all the sponsorships and knows how to do a perfect segue. So that's how I'm going to do it. Okay. Good morning here. All right. Now, it's Monday. It's December 12th. I'm not going to jump ahead because I'm sticking to the routine, but there's not much time left. Personally, Coach asked me this question a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, whatever it may be. The same answer. Am I doing anything differently because it's something to do with the calendar? And the answer is no. Certainly this moron next to me it snowed this morning. So this guy next to me, he should be a TradeGate member. He's using the snowblower right outside my door. So if he had a membership, he could hire somebody to do it from. So if there's any back noise, I'm sorry. Plus, I had to run my son to college this morning. It's snowing in upstate New York. So I don't look as sharp as I am, but I am. The bottom line, I'm making trades at 4 a.m. And let me go into TradeGATEHub, because even if you weren't trading at 4 a.m, as I log into TradeGATEHub just the same as everybody else, you could have started off the week in a nice trade like this, and that was a crude trade by Coach, which is still matriculating, if you will. I'll go to the Monday morning data, the most important data of the week. It's most in terms of volume or a critical mass, if you will, but it's certainly not devoid of quality, because I want, as I go through the week, the amount of data, or certainly it's consistent, that I put out wanes a little bit, because I kind of want you to get I want you to eventually get it. So that's what I do. So getting back to Monday morning, but I will say this though, trading, which is more important because we're here to make money and not be right. Anybody can go over this in a second. But as I was signing on this morning, first thing Coach did, boom. Oh, I'm taking a piece. First trade of the week, WT buy, or the last. Even, you know what? That wasn't even the bottom. I think the Coach stuck it into the crude trade before I even started the routine. Colleen's routine, always a Monday morning tradition. That's how you know it's Monday as well. No, Coach was we'll still give him the props anyway, because it was a monster trade. We posted some real good things, adding to you long term. Yeah, that was on Friday. There was good option flow there, but Coach taking a piece of the crude. I had a kid that I was a stockbroker, which was once, with, as I get to Coach's trade, he was on the phone. He says he was pitching the bond, as you would like cut a piece of it off with a scissor, and you would mail it to them in the mail. Call it the bond. Name was Corey. Fact. By the way, all this is the routine, but I want to finish where I started. Buying last crude 70.82. There was a call on, what was that, Coach? Crude low this morning, 61.90. Let's look at the chart. As the P&L's ripping, it always does during here. Something always happens. Yes, you know what? Coach posted the trade early in the morning. Crude 72, 75, 74, Coach. Thank you, Coach. Great trade. Way to start off the week. Before the opening bell, put some nice money in your pocket, a nice cushion, because what's going to happen this week? As I started off the whole broadcast here, this is it. The meat of the. I don't worry about the year coming to a calendar end. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. If I certainly was here, a couple of days before New Year's Eve, as the market's ripping and pressing, that would be egregious and poor behavior. And how I handle myself is, I try to, because I'm a Gemini, I'm able to look at the other side of things. Would I give myself money to manage? And that's my standard, because of a year of being around and having some very good connections, and even trading with several peers and being a part of TradeView Markets at the very high level. I know what the parameters are. So that's where I sit there. It has nothing to do with the calendar year, but this week, and I will continue with the routine. I always say I'm going to stick with it, but then, you know what? It's 11:07 a.m. Eastern. I started maybe 4:30 Eastern. At least the wheels started turning there. It's 5 hours. 5 hours. What's gone through my head in the last 5 hours. Winners. And I'll tell what they are. All right. Sentiment. I'll stop being facetious. but there's truth in all the jest. All right, good morning. Okay, that's the macro view. Always posted. I posted 3 times a week. I always post it naturally on a Monday morning, or else they'd be hypocritical. Always a Monday tradition. All right, so lean. Depending on the size of your pencil. I don't mean to get graphic. Lean gives nice long-term charts or long-term pictures on the XLE, the XLI. Good morning, Lewis. XLV, the healthcare sector, which by the way, it looks all XBI. Look at it. I let it go. It's all right. I took a profit. Next, XME metals. Coach, great call. Still, I nibbled a little. The only one of the few trades I made this morning is I did buy a little bit more GDXJ. Pardon me, which I will. I'll tell you why. So I'll write that down. GLD. That's basically looking like the dollar, by the way, inverted, isn't it? Basically it's the DXY inverted. Where's the DXY right there? So you know what? Going into a CPI today, obviously there's a Fed meeting on Wednesday. Still a lot of sexy earnings to come out, and I don't want to get graphic with that term either, but there are still things propelling a lot of moves. So this may be the last hurrah, but certainly, as Coach and I are doing the end of the year video, things are going to thin out. It's almost like when you go to a foreign country, you have to do your research, know what you're buying. If you're praying or hoping for a low floater to come around, you're going to be sitting there like this until New Year's Eve. And trust me, believe me, you don't want to be there. Only pikers trade on New Year's Eve. I'll be trading it anyway because I want to put out a video in case any pikers are watching. But actually, we don't have pikers in here. We don't even eat lunch in this place. Okay, DXY. It's all up to really the dollar and the XHP, Coach. Let me get back to a second. I want to make a quick point. XHP. Another one in the fund that I like what I'm doing here is PHM Pulte. And why is that keeping me in here? Pulte Homes. Ooh, that just made a nice little schnitzel, as Kramer would say. Pulte Homes adding to it. I know what my downside is. It's a laggard. It's thin. It's only traded 300. But you know what? Toll Brothers had the beautiful earnings and it's holding in. Lennar had the beautiful earnings and it's holding in. They're basically waiting on the Fed, and that's really who it is. But the homies, as Helene would say, and you know what? That was also one of Coach's early calls. The homies. Go back to the video. They're running. It's one way. They're waiting for a binary move, and I know that the term this year has become redundant, but it is going to make one move or another. And I'm also going to make another point at TradeGATEHub. Now we'll get into the flow of things. Everything that happened between 4 and 11:09 has been flushed out. All right, so XHB silver, Coach shorted it. I believe you did, or at least you took partials. Coach, correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize. The bios, same thing. It's almost like the chart on the home build. There's the dollar, and like the metals, it's almost binary. Although we did buy the XBI well today. We didn't sell it as good as we could, but we'll go into live trading in a second, just like the GDX buy. Okay, watch below. Jim Cramer. All right, listen. This is a time you want to watch for Cramer because the market's thin. I posted the video. Watch. This is the week ahead. He comes up with a plan. Cooper Software. What's his plan on Tuesday? Tuesday come out with guidance on Lilly. There's our home builder, Lennar. I didn't even know it was coming out on Wednesday. Poor for me. But I got to remember Lennar now because in the sector. So here's his plan. Watch the video, just like what's the 2-minute video. That's his plan for the week ahead. He might not be right. He might not be wrong. But if you also listen to Mike Santoli's video, which we post almost every day, you're going to get a hell of a plan. At least we're going to put you around. It's up to you to execute. Next. I love that trade. Next. Wish my wife would take that. Next. All right. This is the plan this week. And as I said, things are going to dissipate. CPI, FOMC, quad witching is Friday. Triple witching, quad witching, especially when you come down to the year. There's repositioning at the end of the year. It's really nothing to do with to a degree about equity positions. A lot of offsetting. You got to stay sharp. Get your prices. Don't be a fool. You know what I mean? When if you get an ice cream cone on the boardwalk somewhere and you pay $4 and 3 doors down, it's $2. Doesn't it piss you off? It pisses me off. Know what you're paying for. I don't care how good the ice cream is. All right. Then this is the negative. With every last economic news release, announcement or speech or meeting, the market is moving the market's moving in a relevant. It's creating panic by both ways. It's a very difficult trading environment. Thankfully, this isn't the norm. So as coach would say, markets are always moving. Make sure you have your money. I forgot what the cliche is we said this morning, but the reason why I can remember that is go and press the red YouTube channel and I'll watch coach's video that was already posted right here with over 21. There you go, right here. So that's what I'm going to do afterwards. This guy is annoying me. All right, earnings. You know what? You don't even have to worry about the CPI. You have to worry about the ripple effect, if you will, or the pin action, as we like to say. Here's some earnings. Oracle this week, Coupa. It doesn't even matter. I got to take it over this morning. And Coupa is another example. And I got to go to this chart. And I missed it. They missed it. And if I really focused on trading price range and good volume, it already had the good earnings. It had to take over a play. It was just in there. What else was another one? Okta had the earnings situation. All the software names, the software names, and Coach will edify this, trust me, and I'm not alone here, were the only stocks that, besides a couple of Chinese bombs, were taking any type of technology play in calls, that is. So you still got what? Who do we have here? Lennar, I'm going to watch that now. At the end of the week, who am I interested? Rick Cabaret. That will determine if the exotic dancers are making money. They make adult entertainment clubs. Let's check the chart on Rick. Let's see if, I'm not kidding. I am not. All right, Rick, had a nice bull run here. So it goes anti-economy. So Rick, maybe it's head and shoulders. Look at the Rick. But in short term, it's at the 50-day. But Rick has traded 5,000 shares. 5,000 shares. I literally could control the float on Rick. But that would be unethical, but we don't need to do that at TradeView markets. Wouldn't be fun. Everybody's asking. I also wanted to bring this thing up as I look at the clock. I have more time here. I don't say everybody's asking, but the nomenclature that people use is, how can I make millions with trading over the weekend? Or I once had a tennis pro from Boca Raton that paid me a nice 5-some figure just to sit next to me every week or every day for, I think it was 10 days or whatever. 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever I got management on. He did. How can I learn to make millions? Nobody's asking, how can I learn to make millions as a surgeon or a lawyer over the weekend? It does take time. It's a process. And the reason why I posted it, I didn't make that up, is, maybe we're getting a little ahead of yourself as the Chinese stocks are actually breaking low, is that, it's a medical school. We're going to, we're going to, give you the stethoscope and the what do they call the thing, the tongue thing, we're going to give you all the tools. It's up to you if you want to become, a brain surgeon, a lobotomist, a brain surgeon, or as the skin doctor or anything like that. It's up to you to really develop your own style. All right. Another one on bar chart, which I thought was an amazing start, because I'm saying this because it's the Monday. I'm going to get the more specific trade as times winds on. But the average retail portfolio noted, and I'm in it too, which is typically concentrated in names such as Tesla, Apple, Amazon, and AMD, is down 30% year to date, lagging the S&P. So that's just a macro view of what's going on here. So maybe there's more. I don't think there's going to be. I think most of the people are out of these stocks, by the way. I don't think there's going to be tax selling, but I digress. Gerard, great for posting. This is the chart on the SPYs going into a Fed move. It's a tool. It's not. It's just something. By the way, it could be also, if it does not work, it will also be used to your favor then, because it doesn't. It could flip and exacerbate the move or go even twice as high if it doesn't work. There's the story of 2022 from our friends at TrendSpider. There it is. And they are friends. Coach, I think, has an interview with another gentleman, Richard, if I believe, which would be really a great compliment. We'd love to have you on as users of TrendSpider. Also, Charles Bielo, always a macro view to put things in a real big perspective. Larry's right. I always post something with Larry saying. So, look at, if you're not familiar with Larry, you should be, because Coach, I believe, has interviewed him many times. If not on TradeGATEHub, but before us. But because you know why? Because why? I follow how many people? I follow 61 people on Twitter. I don't think that's a lot to ask. And by the way, nothing has to do with horse racing or Rick's Cabaret. That has to do with guys that know what they're doing, including Larry. And Larry's post this week went very good because he posted, post some great things as well, especially over the weekend when, things settle down and you're trying to look. The way I look at it is I don't look at the small, I look at things from the bigger view and I try to lock in things and really go harder on something, concentrated. So Larry's opinion means a great deal. So if you're not following him, you should, because I follow him, you should as well. Okay. There are plenty of sectors and stocks outside of the SPYs that have better trends. Stock picking has been our theme for some time now. We haven't been alone, but if you don't believe us, you should believe Larry as well. And believe me, a lot of people follow Larry more than us. An economic plan posted every Monday, also concentrated throughout the week, just not for Monday, but you should pin this if you will, or always go to the Red YouTube channel again. Bravo, we got some things nicely. Thanks for the post, the tweet. Calendar events. Okay, we're getting into trading now. As we come in today, the short-term tactical data. The short the week was, it was a little oversold. I get it. Technologies weak, except for Microsoft's up $5, but I think that's just a little bit of a pat on the back that the Coupa software and stocks like Snow and Splunk and Docu are still acting very well. You know what I mean? Apple, of course, has a hangover. Meta, nobody wants it anymore. Google, Amazon, it's just amazing how even Netflix, I was surprised how much they pulled back. We're in it. But the ones they don't want are, and I'll go into charts again, are Amazon, Tesla, and Google. Wow, amazing. All right, I digress again. All right. Here, part of the process to give you an unbiased opinion. Here's what Bank of America thinks, going forward. Okay, hedge fund exposure. If I'm not saying be bullish or bearish. The charts speak for themselves. When hedge funds are, overweight or underweight, that's a chart of the SPYs, the SPX, pardon. Break it down yourself. NAM exposure. Gerard posted already. I want to show that again. I apologize. I am coming down with something. It was my son, my stepson. But this is something that I want you to think about, mostly going into the Fed, is this. And it's the reason why we made good money going back 2-3 months ago, actually. And it was on the premise of this very thing, which makes me cautious. What is it? From the Goldman desk, meaning U.S. equity covering continued non-deal. Bottom line is, all the shorts that were for the reasons why we went long was to basically, once again, weren't alone, was to take advantage of a lot of people, including Goldman, being offsides. And that waned. That basically is why I became stock neutral for some time then, is really because of this. And it's also been the price action. It also has to do with our friends at the TrendSpider coming into this SPX resistance, these couple of them, which has led me to be a stock picker downtick. So point being is this. The shorts are covered. Now everybody's neutral. U.S. equity continued to be short covering meaningfully last month, from 70 billion short in October, to a record low in September. They're currently net flat shorts. So they don't know what to do. Nobody really knows what to do. I'm not professing what to do. I'm a hell of a stock picker, but I'm just telling you that things are changing so dramatically where it's flipping again. I'm having more trepidation going on placing longer term. And I'm in no rush. Don't get me wrong. I just don't have all the answers, not proclaiming to, but at least those longer term opinions. And that's good because I say I'll leave it to the professionals. And we have one that spoke at 9:30 this morning. I go again. Goldman position indicator. They have cash, but they're not at the lows. They knew something was up, going here, but I get it. Sector sentiment, go over at your own time. That's more tactical. It's just like this. Moves more tactical and more short-term sector sentiment. Also reading. What else do we have? Conversations clients are having with the people having with Goldman clients are having with people. It's good reading. It doesn't determine your opinion when it's a frame of reference. I also posted JP Morgan and Citibank. It's not like I'm posting JT Marlin's, you like that, coach, that they're putting out every day. Goldman Sachs basic, macro selling. I get it. I'm a macro seller too. I'm back to a stock picker. Doesn't mean we're right or we're wrong, but I've actually been doing this, and it just, we both might be wrong, but this is what I've been doing as well. And I've also go back, please, into the videos and see Coupa, Amgen. So we had 3 deals this morning, bullish. You know what I mean? Merger Monday. That's okay. They're trying to get everything done, hopefully, before the administration changes hands. But there was Coupa Software. Amgen finally acquired HCMT. That was in the rumor mill. And Merck made a bio move, which made me want to nibble in the bios a little bit. But one of our holdings, Marn, is not acting well to that. Hopefully, I'll get into that in a second if I don't run out of time. All right. Always upgrades and downgrades, regardless of the day of the week. Events for today. Who's speaking with a little bit? We can make some moves. Nobody later. Some movers and why roadblocks. How many? I didn't post many charts. I posted Coach's winner. I posted Walmart, and I posted roadblocks. Look at the roadblocks chart. Go right between whatever number it is. You got to do your homework. Here's the chart on roadblocks today. It was positive early on, which was a Tim Fury special, relative strength. This is what it did right here. One move up, right between the flag. Even if you do that for short term, boom. 32.10, trying to shake out people only. That was a nice trade. I'm not saying roadblocks turned around. Like Coach says, it's above the 8 and the 21 day. Gerard would even ask, that's good for the short term. Coach would probably say it's gravitating towards the 50 day. I get it. And the 50 days where? Towards 35. That's cool. I'm not in the trade now. It doesn't mean it's over, but I just, I'd like to, I would like to hit a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Also, Walmart. Keep an eye on that one. Oh, hold on. And I didn't post many charts. It didn't mean it. Oh, okay. It didn't mean it was going to work. It meant if I was posting it, just keep an eye on it. It's a frame of reference. Up in gappers, there's crude's another one, adding to a winner, like a good trader would. APTO was the one. Do it on your own time. Another bespoke thing. Morning market movers. Here's the chart on the VIX now. To me, it still says stock picking. I'd actually bought more of the VIX this morning. Very rare. Not a lot. I put another 5% of my position, I believe. Boeing. I said a real man buys Boeing. Did a real man do it? Oh, no. I didn't see it. What time is that? Bastard. Showed my universe. CPRX winner. What did I say? Buying XBI. I'll point out to that in a second. I said this too. I wanted to emasculate myself, and I didn't actually do it because I was doing so much. Where'd I go here? A real man adds to Boeing. That was an hour ago? And here's Boeing. A real man would have been at the dinner. It was real man adds to Boeing. Didn't do it. But a real man or a real fund manager does have some, that's a daily. You're welcome. Oop, that's it. Coach is giving me the heads up. It's too much. I am an SBR. I got you, Coach. All right, so we'll leave it there. Let's look at everybody go through the routine. You can find it at the red YouTube channel. I'll leave off what the wise guys are doing right now as we approach 11:30 Eastern on a Monday. Always being we're stock pickers, but let's see what they're anything that we're interested going forward. Pardon, Amazon bullish, still negative on the day. Pardon me, equity put TF bullish, put call ratio is getting bullish, coin bearish, VIX EMPH acting well. It looks like the solars. Boeing, some man stepped up with a $200,000 move in some long-term calls. Elliott Wave we post. That's it, guys. I'll leave it at that. So any other questions I'll take after the broadcast. Please go back and watch his Coach's 9:30 video. If not, you didn't watch it. If you missed what's going on, if you want to see my universe, freeze the screen and pause it, and then you can see what I'm doing. If not, it's a lot of trading to go. There's a lot going on this week, almost like that hopscotch I talked about. It's not really smooth. It's like the CPI, then the Fed is 2, and then you go down to triple quad witching. So, don't fall, don't lose your balance off the board here. There's a lot to do. Don't let your trades turn into